Took about a 5-minute break and that wind line's coming in. My old school transmitter. High rate, high rate. There's full up, full down, full right, full left. My trims don't look like they've been bumped. I'm good. Look at people leave their trash up here. I'll take that out, but it ticks me off. I went and picked that up. It's like, come on, man, look at this beach. And you leave crap like that around? Serious. Alpha Hotels. Oh yeah, wind has come up since I talked to you last. It's, oh, maybe even a little northy. That makes this face, at least I can run down this face and not run into turbulence. Wind lines have come, man, and there's more coming. All right. Oh, I see some sand on the bottom. Brush it off. All right, here we go. Down elevator, down elevator, down elevator. That's hands up. I'm going to put one notch of down. Not bad. I get my footing here. And let's see if we can get epic. Stop it. If I can stop it, there it's stalled. So that means I'm still not quite at 10. I think it stalls right at about 10. So I'm just under 10. The winds are, that is, right? Woohoo! Had to pop that one hard because the ground was right there. You really can't see it on the film. Yeah, baby. Lift zone's a little further forward than I like it to be. I should go stand forward, but that makes me stand a lot lower too, so I don't do it. Do a pirouette or two. Nose over. Back into the high lift. There we go. Oh, there I stalled it, see? Yeah. Not a violent stall, is it? Just kind of drops the wing a little bit. Says, hey, you stalled me, dude. Lift is good. Not too much lift over there because of this chute. Looks like it's way over there. company's called Sky Bench. I don't have his kit. This is a Marks Models kit. But he is rekitting it. Laser cutting. Not cheap, but you get a Windfree, man. Windfrees aren't the easiest build. Fair warning. I wouldn't say it was difficulty high, but difficulty moderate. It's just so delicate. It's all balsa wood and stringers and stuff that all has to be put together, and nice sheeted wing, which means you got to be, you know, cutting the sheeting to your shapes and stuff. But look at how this thing flies. Oh my God. If I had a composite out here right now, I'd be sitting on my butt, right? Yeah. They might be flying, but they wouldn't be happy. Sure wouldn't be doing the dance like this, right? This thing weighs 2 pounds 3 ounces. I've got another one that was, when it was rekitted by a different company, not Sky Bench, but another one before him. And one of my, oh, there's Tim, he's up. All right, good. One of my subscribers actually gave it to me. It doesn't have the added dihedral that I've got in this, but it's a lot lighter. It only weighs, I think it's right at 2 pounds. I'm going to give Tim a hands up here. He knows now, he goes where he wants, and I'll just fly around him. I got to see where he's going. He's a noob here, so it's his first time here. Exploring to do. Like he's coming back, maybe. It's nice talking to him. Real nice guy. That was a little bit of a stall right there that I didn't intend. But as you can see, it's not vicious. It doesn't like roll over on its back. It kind of drops a wing, and as soon as you correct it, it stops being stupid. I like the extra dihedral that I put in this and the enlarged rudder. That's how I can get it to just pop snap, right? I know at any time I want, I can reverse course, just bank it over, grab full rudder, full elevator, and she's coming around for me. Watch, boom, right? Yeah, hell yes. That's the worst thing you can do, is come to the slopes and not have enough rudder. That's why I say add dihedral to the kit and enlarge the rudder, and then get good throws out of it. It's a full flying elevator, so you don't want to enlarge the throws too much in that; it'll get too sensitive. But the rudder, I'd say I added 5/8 of an inch to the top and 5/8 of an inch to the back of the rudder. Maybe even more, maybe 3/4 to the back. And one of my friends landed on this thing and broke the rudder off it, so I enlarged it even a little bit more. So yeah, I probably went added 3/4 to the back of the rudder and a full half to the top. Probably 5/8 to the top, I would guess, if I had to call it. The rudder in the kit's pretty small because it's made for thermaling, right? But even for thermaling, I want a bigger rudder. I want less throw to bank. That's less drag, right? Yeah, adding dihedral, you lose a little bit of lift, but come on, you're talking about a 0.5%. As an RC'er, you won't even know. But the rudder authority is just awesome. And where you need it on the slopes is when you're landing, because you're landing in usually a turbulent area. Actually, I've got a beautiful landing zone, but usually you're landing in a real turbulent area, and it'll overpower your rudder. Man, enlarge it. It's still going to overpower it, but at least you've got more to fight with. It'll roll you right on your back, and you'll crash. perfect landing approach, and then wham! Hey, damn it! Mother Nature beat me. Well, yeah, build to fighter. You gotta build to fight Mother Nature's turbulences. And you'll like it on the slopes too, because you know I can boldly turn toward the face now, right? Not worry about rolling out. And that was quarter rudder with a little bit of down. If you ever want to bank, add a little bit of down, and then end your rudder, and it'll come right around. If you're holding up, if you've got speed, your rudder will be fine holding up. But if you don't have speed, that little bit of down, and that'll give you some penetration speed too. This thing's got legs. Put the nose down, it'll pick up speed, and then you can level out and carry it. Watch. Nose down, pick up some speed, level it out, hold some down. Oh, I let it come up a little bit, but look, I'm still penetrating. Holding down. Now I'm not holding down, and that's kind of your airspeed indicator. I'm holding down, I know I got airspeed. I'm back to neutral sticks, and it's flying neutral, right? Then I know I'm just at my trimmed airspeed. If you're holding up, you're going slow. If you're flying level, right? Everybody should have a Windfree. I mean, if you're out here with your composite plane, right now you're not having fun. But if you had this, you'd be having fun waiting for the wind. That's what we used to use these for. We'd bring this one out, and I'd bring my heavy lift sailplane out. What was it back in the day? SR7, Coyotes, etc., etc. Wind wasn't enough for those. We had these, so we'd fly, wait for the wind to come up, land this, and then get up our hyper aerobatic birds. For my LaFish, but I love this airplane. Love my LaFish too, but this thing flies pure. It's a pleasure to fly these things, the Windfrees. You got legs, you got aerobatics, you can penetrate, you can snap. Pleasure, absolute pleasure. It's like I got another parasail trying to walk back up the hill. They're getting ready to launch. See, I can cut off the snap, do a three-quarter turnaround, right? So I'm gonna go to the right. Watch, boom, whoop. Went to the right. Like drifting in a car. Turn left to go right. Still light enough winds, I could land up here, but I wouldn't. I'd walk it back. Once the wind comes up, you start getting turbulence behind these hills, right? And I've got a beautiful landing zone, so there's no reason to be stupid. And you can pop it into a stall, then choose when you want to come out. Oh, this thing's just such a pleasure. Everybody should have a damn Windfree. People say, oh, the wings are weak. No, the wings are made to flex. Literally designed to flex, like a diving board, right? Is a diving board weak? No, it's flexible. And you can actually get a spring of airspeed off of this thing. If you do it just right, you can flex them. And when you release your flex, the wings flap like a damn bird, right? A little bit. And you actually get a little bit of thrust off of it. This one's well broken in. It didn't used to be this flexible, of course. It's 40 years old now, right? I've flexed the hell out of these things, so the spring has softened up, so to speak. Like an old car. I love it. I like it better with the flexi wings. you guys a roll. Gain up altitude, I can do a reverse Immelman. Usually I like higher winds for that. But a reverse Immelman, that means it will roll out from inverted, so long as you've got speed and you keep your nose slightly low or level if you're hauling butt. Of course, the dihedral fights you rolling when you're from inverted, right? And there's another reason to enlarge your rudder. Alright, I'm going to come back. Get it almost over my head. Turn out, check for traffic, pick up some speed, and let's do a roll. I'm holding down. This is just half rudder. Oops, see how I kind of staggered when I had too much down? I let off it. Halfway through that roll, it started to stop rolling, so I got off of my down elevator to get my nose back down, rolled right through. In higher winds, you've got a lot more airspeed when you're doing that, and so it's not quite as touchy as when it's this light, but woo, uneven ground. We just had an earthquake? I'll climb up. I'll go over there to my lift zone. I'll go over here to the better lift zone. I'll climb up. I'll show you a half Immelman, or reverse Immelman. I'm sorry. I get some altitude. I don't do that often because I'm bored right now gaining altitude, right? But it's okay. Still not quite high enough to really want to do it yet. I'll go for another pass to gain altitude. I am going up. Keeping that wing up into that wind, right? I'm going to turn into the wind. I'll get myself up forward. I'll do the reverse Immelman sideways. Okay, I'm going to turn towards me, and here we go. Reverse Immelman. Nice and soft to pick up nice speed, roll out. That's half rudder. Not bad, huh? Not even full rudder. I may have got to 5/8 rudder at the end of that. Alright, let's do some dancing. I don't think the winds are going to get up to what I consider perfect today, but this is fun. Dude, I'm having a ball. Behind the lift zone a little bit there. Dunes have changed a little bit. This chute used to be a bowl, and so right here in front used to be, off to my right slightly, used to be a lot better lift. Now it's not so much anymore. Try my chute again. It is cool because I can come back in and get right next to myself. See, there's just not lift back here anymore. That used to be really good lift. Look, I'm just kind of fluffing around. There's a little bit there. Starts getting good right about there. This is cool because I can come down right next to myself and we can really get some good camera shots of this thing right over me, right next to me. Hell yes. I've been flying for 10 minutes, but it's probably more like 15. My camera shuts off and then re-records another track automatically at 17. but it won't do it twice. So I'm going to go camera off and then back on just to reset it. Here we go, camera off, camera back on. So now I've got 2 more 17-minute tracks, which I won't use, but I have lost some really good footage because after the second track it shuts off completely and just turns off. Till you get a full 10, I'd say 12. 12 is about the beginning of white caps. Ocean's different though, it depends on the waves a little bit. But 15, you're definitely seeing white caps. I'm seeing a few coming. Weak ones, but they're coming. And the wind is coming up. I love those. Roll it over, delay the inverted. Do a little inverted before you roll the rest of the way out. I love how you can just punch this thing and do a roll, right? Snap roll. It gives you escapes, right? You come toward the face, man, you can just snap it around. Couldn't do that, you'd be stuck in a turn and you might not make it. Here, if I just made that turn, I would never have been able to make the turn without going behind the face. Snap it, get your heading set, and you're good. Try to stop it again, see what the wind speeds are. Yeah, I've stopped. So I'm doing, there it dropped off. So I'd say up there, I got a full 10. So you can see how from the moment I launched it was like 8, and just getting it up to 10 made quite a difference, right? Same thing up to about 12. Be another good step. It just keeps getting better and better. And once you get above 15 with this one, yeah, it's not prime anymore. Still easily flyable, but about 15, that's when you get out your composites, right? Your heavier sailplanes. Has increased. Being able to do wing overs without losing altitude. In fact, I might even be gaining a little bit. Washout, almost none. Like a 1/16 of an inch at the tips compared to the root. Almost none. And that's another reason why this thing will snap so well. And that's what's, I'm also amazed, it doesn't tip stall all that bad, because I don't have any washout, which that didn't make much sense. See, I'm dancing around on the edge of a stall right there. Slowing down, slowing down, slowing down, slowing, there's the drop, right? Not vicious at all. No problem. Thing's got good legs, pick up speed, got enough speed to hold inverted for a little bit. I'll eventually run out of down. I'm also coming way back over my head inverted before it ran out. Kind of a way I test the lift around here too. I roll it inverted, and the quicker I run out of down, the less lift there is, right? It's a flat bottom wing, so it's not going to stay inverted. If you're ever out thermaling with these things and you want to come down, just roll it inverted. And you've got left and right controls. You're dropping down out where there's only flat lift, you know. Drop. A lot of people throw it into a spin, but then it gets blown back, right? No, you just roll it inverted and fly it inverted. You've got control of where you're going. Let's do some pirouettes. Probably not windy enough to really do good ones, but yep. Lost my nose angle there. There we go. I'm in a pirouette here. I'm holding rudder to hold my nose down. I'll do one more. So I got a little bit of rudder to help hold my nose down, yet it's still not adding bank. The right pirouette. I'll do one more. I'll push it a little bit. Not bad. I think I'm going to go back and land, take a little break, have some water. And if the wind comes up to being better than this by a substantial amount, I will fly again. I really want to get another epic video of this sailplane. I've got an epic video of this one. It's 7 years old. Go to my front page, press videos. I think it's 7 rows down. It says vintage, Windfree vintage, and something about slow pucking, and that is one hell of a video. I've been trying to match it or maybe top it, but this isn't it today. That was the perfect day. And I'd been flying a hell of a lot, so my flight skills were crisp. Oh, I just saw a whale spout. I think 2 of them. I'm sure you probably can't see them on the film. But we got whales here. God, I hate landing. I'm having so much fun. I'll stay up for a little while longer. But I am thinking about taking a little break. It used to be, before we had a decent landing zone around here, you want to take a break, you brought your buddy along, you hand the transmitter off. Because landing was no guarantee, no guaranteed non-breakage, right? It was like landing over there. Like, yeah. Do your best. Try to crash an ice plant. But no, my chute here used to be a bowl. When it blew the bowl off the top, well, you'll see my landing zone. It's awesome. It just blew back into a beautiful landing zone. So I missed the lift here, but I sure, wait till you see my landing zone. It's just, wow. You can't beat it. It kind of keeps going uphill a little bit, so you don't get that turbulence over a ridge. There's no ridge. So it kind of flattens off, but it's still rising. And so you've got a nice area. And I've got an out. If I overshoot, I can just fly right down the chute and get back on the face. I got to walk back to it. It's not all that far behind me. The older I get, the further it seems, but the waves are actually calming down a little bit. That happens a lot of times just before the wind comes up. I could almost land it up here, but I'm tempted. Crank it in, level out just a little bit. Look at this, no turbulence, right? Or very little. Yeah. Alright. Don't crash. Fly like an eagle. Camera off.